A lot more better. Whoa!
That scared me.
Oh my god, hello?
And obviously with a lot of volume comes a lot of defects.
Like, garbage, garbage, garbage. This poor test bench is like, what are you putting inside me?
Have you ever thought about buying graphics cards by the pound?
Well, in today's video, we did just that. We bought 10 pounds of graphics cards in here that are in somewhat not working condition. Some of them may work, some may not. And we're gonna open it up today, test them, and find out if we made out after a word from today's sponsor. Attention PC builders, do you wanna save money on your Windows activation? Well, today's video sponsor, GVG Mall, has you covered. An awesome online marketplace with game keys and also Windows licenses.
It's awesome how easy it is to activate Windows. You literally just buy a key on GVG Mall using code TB20 to get a really good discount, and from there you literally copy and paste the key into Windows and boom, you now have an activated version of Windows.
You can get Windows 10, Windows 11, and a bunch of other different keys at GVG Mall, and be sure to use code TB20 on checkout to save money on a Windows 10, Windows 11, or any other key from GVG Mall. Big thanks again to GVG Mall for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into it, shall we? So a little context here. This is from Tech Castle's eBay store, where they're basically selling a ton of not working graphics cards, but if you read the description, some of these might just be cosmetic, some might not actually be working, but basically it's just ones that as a business, they just want to get rid of, and we're just gonna see if we got any good deals.
Yeah, and we've definitely been in a similar boat. I will say we don't do quite the volume that they do, so because of that, we probably don't have a ton of cards like this, but generally we will sell for parts stuff on eBay. This one's just interesting because they're like, hey, they maybe could work, maybe they won't. It's gonna be kind of scary because some of these may work fine at times and then do things like blue screen or just randomly turn off. So obviously this may sound like a really good deal, but obviously if you're a flipper, this can be really risky.
Very risky, but in today's video, we're gonna use our GPU test bench over here to slap in these GPUs one at one on random and just see if we have any graphics cards that will work for budget gaming rigs or if the $100 we spent was for nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure so many of these are from just like pre-builts because if you guys don't know, we've been to the Tech Castle. We know a lot of the people there fairly well, and you know, it's definitely a really cool place. They do a lot of volume, and obviously with a lot of volume comes a lot of defects.
A lot of defects, especially when they're in the refurbishing space and they're doing a lot of refurbished computers, you get a lot of that. So I think the best way to do this, how many do we get? Less than 10?
8, that's 8.
So you only get 8. It did say on the website, it said a good estimate is 1 pound per graphics card.
Right, so I guess we got some that were heavier. A
little bit
which
heavier.
Definitely, like a couple of these I could see being heavier. This one looks like a big boy.
It is a WindForce card.
Okay, so this one definitely has a lot of cosmetic going on with it, so definitely some potential. And that's one thing that we have a big advantage of that most of these other companies aren't going to have is most companies will see a card like this, let's say it works perfect, and they'll say it's not good enough to put into a PC because it just looks pretty beat up. I mean, look at the heatsink even, actually.
God, that heatsink is abused. I wonder what that is. There's no labeling on it, is there?
Probably a 970 4 gig, so a 3.5 gig 970. So that's pretty interesting. Man, this fan, like everything about this is weird. Like this almost looks like an aftermarket like cover.
I wonder if this was like shipping damage maybe. It
Yeah,
kind of feels like shipping damage, something like that.
But it's definitely the kind of thing where if we can get it working, we can make a really cheap PC build, build with it and just put a disclaimer basically saying the card isn't pretty, but it works.
It's like stuck. That's
Are they
not
all
spinning.
stuck?
I think they're all stuck.
Okay, so they're all like literally hitting the bezel.
So that's going to be an issue.
That'll definitely require some work if it's
Some
possible.
prying. All right, this one looks like an EVGA card. Oh, a classic, a 650 Ti. The Boost.
These I think are what, 2 gig?
I think they're 2 gig cards.
Yeah, that's a 2 gig one.
Yep.
Okay. Not a bad looking card. It's a little dirty. I mean, there's some corrosion here and there. Does this one? Hey, this one has a working fan. No clue if it works or not. But
I almost feel like the ones that don't have cosmetic damage probably just don't work. Because that's the biggest thing here is we want to make sure we at least get a couple functioning GPUs.
25 bucks.
25 bucks on this one? 25 bucks on the 650 Ti Boost.
This looks like another. Oh. Look, almost the same
We
thing.
have a 660, which is actually a little bit better.
Yeah, so 660. Is this one a 4 gig? Still 2?
I think there was a 4 gig.
This one's 2.
2. I think the 660 Ti was a 4 gig. We can verify that on screen, but yeah, it's a classic card. We did some builds with this a long time ago.
We did. I did a build recently with one.
What does this say? It says clipped power? Oh wait. Oh, so that's the problem.
In theory, that would still work. I do see this lock might be an issue. That might take some glue, but if that works,
that could be an
that's
easy
already pretty
fix.
good because this card, 40 bucks.
Yeah, there we go, 40 bucks. Is this? I think this is an HIS card.
A HIS card, it is.
It's an HIS class. That thing's so cool. It's at an AMD 6950.
This was a pretty good card back in the day. These are also 2 gigs of GDDR5, I believe. Man,
I love the blue. The blue's so cool.
It's almost like a 3D print, but it's some type of like plastic mold, you know, big fan in the middle. So, I mean, yeah, these cards definitely aren't going to be like amazing in today's standards, but...
It has 2 mini display ports, I just noticed.
Yeah, that is weird. So 5 display outs.
Yeah, 5 display out on this bad boy.
I don't see anything majorly like cosmetic, so this one kind of gives me the vibes that it may just not work.
This one gives me dead vibes, and if it's dead, it's a cool prop, because I like the, you know...
We'll just say 20. They get 20 to 25. We'll say 20.
20.
This is almost like doing the scratch off when you think about it.
Oh, we're getting older. Oh, well, this one's pretty obvious.
No display. And this is a 580. And what is this?
Yeah, what in the hell is that?
Is that like an optical port? Could be. I mean, it takes some type of like optic looking cable, maybe even old RG cable. But yeah, this is a GTX 583 gig. I had to really like look at that because, you know, my mind always just instantly goes to RX 580. This is much worse than an RX 580. Okay,
are we getting
40 bucks?
I was gonna say, are we getting into like collectible territory where these are like...
I don't even understand how these are even worth like people are selling them for like 60, 40.
They might, somebody, I don't know, this might be one of those weird things where, you know, we get some of those people who have really old computers that their graphics card dies and they're like, I just want to replace it, it works fine.
But I feel like we should give it a more fair value, and I feel like 20 bucks.
20 bucks.
That's what I think.
But
we'll see.
And if it somehow miraculously works. These are starting to look like little office cards. These aren't looking too...
What
the hell is that?
Quadro.
Oh, we have a Quadro. Okay.
P2000.
Okay.
We're familiar with these to an extent. These are, God, how much RAM do these even have?
5 gigs.
5 gigs of GDDR6, and once again, these I could kind of understand, maybe. I mean, they're not cheap. 100 and we'll just say 125 bucks minimum so far.
We'll see why it doesn't work though. Again, like the whole lack of cosmetic problems makes me feel like there's something wrong with it, but maybe.
Potentially 120. I mean, hey, if that card works,
then we're good.
That covers the haul, I guess.
We're good. Oh, another Quadro. I think that's what we're going to end up here is with Quadros.
This is a little scary for us because you know, we're not super well versed in Quadros. This Quadro K2000.
Okay.
This one has 2 gigs of RAM supposedly. These are about 21 bucks, which that sounds much more accurate. Yeah. GDDR5.
It's another Quadro. What Quadro is this? This one's a single slot Quadro.
But it's very long.
Oh, I see it's the M4000.
So this one may actually be an 8 gig GDDR5 card, and they actually go for $75 plus.
Okay, McAllister, go ahead and add up the total on screen here of the estimated value of all of these worked and we didn't put any labor into it. Close to maybe $200 with like all in, but you know, my math may be totally off. McAllister, you let me know.
Potentially with some of these being maybe $100 plus,
yes,
we could be upwards of $300 to $400, which would be kind of cool.
Which kind of hope for, but based on, I want to start with this one. All right, let's move these off to the side, get the test bench and do our first test. Already having to do some bending here.
We already had to bend 2 things. And okay, we're in.
All right, we're in, baby.
All right, so we need...
Prepare for this to sound horrible too, by the way, because
I don't think they're gonna spin.
They might not even spin at all. They might try and then hit like, and then get stuck.
Oh my God, you just realized too, look, the bezel is actually blocking me from, like, check this out.
What happened to this thing?
It's blocking me from, so I'm gonna have to kind of...
I wanna know the history of this graphics card. Like, what could have happened to it?
I'm gonna bet it was sent to a customer and UPS or I think they use FedEx, but whoever
absolutely ruined it.
Yeah.
Moment of truth, turn her on. If they're not even gonna spin.
Ooh, look at the WindForce logo. Fire.
Oh my goodness.
It worked.
It worked.
Okay.
All right, so we have a working card. The matter of the cosmetics part of it.
And this is one that I think we said was what, like $50?
Yeah, 970 is still a pretty decent card. We'll need to get drivers and everything to fully verify that they work, but...
This might be one where we maybe put a note saying works, fans don't spin, because obviously we even if we get drivers, we shouldn't game on it like this because there's no cooling happening.
I think in order of operations, probably should go through all of them, see which ones actually work, cosmetically fix them, and then stress test the ones that do work.
Yeah, because some of them are probably just gonna be like borderline resell, throwaway, scrap.
All right, so we're gonna try the 580, the mysterious 580 that has a coax cable coming out of it, and the original peel is coming off. This one says no display. Is it the one that says no display?
Yeah, it says no display.
This poor test bench with a 7700X and nice ROG Strix is like, what are you putting inside me? I had to grab a different monitor, you know, DVI kind of things.
Yep, we're that old.
So we got 2 monitors here. We got modern, shout out Pixio. They sent this over a long time ago, shout out to Pixio. And then we have Asus.
And it has a spinning feature on it.
It has a spinning feature. So we have it in, barely screwed in. We got our coax cable coming off.
That could be one of the reasons why this card maybe had no display for like an employee who tested it, is like it's like kind of wonky in the mounting sense.
So There's that. And we should get display on this monitor if it works.
Yeah, we got USB just now.
No DVI signal. We might have our first dead one.
Try another DVI port. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, I don't think we need to troubleshoot this one too much.
We got a dead one, so take that out of the price. That's an L. All right, 580, weird 580, you're done. So yeah, this one, the power clip is broken, which if that actually holds the power in and that's the only problem, we may be good there.
Also, I think this is
that
custom.
aftermarket? Yeah, that has to be custom.
Aluminum.
Which doesn't surprise us with Tech Castle. I mean, aluminum's a little weird, but...
It's almost like it's like CNC milled, very, very thin, cheap aluminum. But let's plug it in here. We need power.
Oh,
I feel like this one's gonna work.
I had confidence in this one.
I did too.
Let me mess with the HDMI a little bit. I was hoping for this one. This one was a good candidate. Hello. Anyone there? No signal, and we're stuck on VGA, aren't we?
Yep, this one might be dead too.
Ah! Oh God, we're in the hole. Will we ever recover?
I don't know. We'll have to get another one working.
My morale is like dwindling.
Slowly going down.
Slowly doing. I mean, I knew there was a chance this could happen, but hopefully we get some redeeming graphics cards.
Yeah. So this one, the GTX 650 Ti Boost.
It's got the boost.
And you know what? I am noticing this one actually has some small potential issues with the traces. So we have there where there's a little bit of it rubbed off, and then here we have
it's
right
kind of crunchy.
There. Yeah, a little crusty. Might be okay though. There we go.
Let's freaking go. A lot more better. Whoa!
Oh shit, that scared me.
Oh my God, hello?
That might be the problem with that card. It is literally speed boosting nonstop.
Speed boost. I think it's more than that.
It's probably boosted like that because it's broken.
That was so loud. I hate to say it, but I think she's dead.
Yeah, and even if it's not dead, that's not going to be a fun repair trying to figure that out. We already had this issue recently, and ultimately we killed the card. All right, you ready to test 3 Quadros in a row?
Ah, here we go. Quadro time, baby. Maybe our Quadros will work.
At least this one's easy to plug in. You know what I was too is, do any of the Quadros require external power? So this one does not need external power.
This one needs DisplayPort though, which
dang it,
we don't have over here.
I'm sure we have one.
We have a DisplayPort, but I'm hurting on the inside. Only one graphics card works.
I'm feeling less and less of a holy man each minute this video goes on. Dang, dude, these cards got the trunk rattle.
All right, I'm coming. You ready?
Potentially a bad fan bearing? All that's wrong, question mark, please?
Oh, we got a working card. Oh! Oh man, when all hope was lost, the P2000 coming in hot.
Okay, these cards can't even go bad, can they?
No, Quadros can't die. So now we got to make sure its stress test works. I guess we'll lube up the fan. That's kind of what we should do with that one. What do you think we should do physically to it? Add it to the victory pile. Shout out Quadro.
Our hidden victory pile.
Our hidden victory
it's
pile.
Not even worth showing. It's so little. Okay, we do have the 2 more NVIDIA cards that are Quadros. So I have some hope that these are all just like dumb fan issues. And they're such weird cards since like they're not really used for gaming that I'm hoping they just kind of almost toss these to the side.
Speaking of dumb fan issues, look at this guy.
He's our dumbest fan. Oh jeez. I didn't want to do the Quadros last. I feel like that's like a disappointment. Even if they work, it's still a disappointment.
The Quadros are kind of just like, they work.
What do we got?
What do we need?
2 DisplayPort. All right.
All right.
They don't really like
Quadro using DisplayPort.
That's what I said. They don't really like HDMI. Right.
Maybe that's what we need to learn. You know, these are like industry cards, you know, like enterprise level, and they rely on DisplayPort.
The fans
wow,
make
it's the
too.
same noise. Is that a common Quadro issue?
They have such little cute fans.
Oh, it's gonna work. It's gonna work, buddy.
Yes!
Yeah, we got a working card.
K2000. This is one of the really cheap. I think this was like the cheapest card.
Lube a fan.
Are we almost break even? I feel like we might be there.
We might be there. We got 3 good, 3 bad.
This one does need power.
I have some weird confidence that this is not gonna work. All right, I'm coming back. Here we go.
Fan sounds like crap.
Sounds like crap?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and get my pencil ready.
It's just gonna start writing because I bet it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Dude, what are these Quadros?
All right, so maybe note to self, guys. Buy Quadros in this style if you're trying to make some money.
Or maybe they just don't use Quadros and sell them, and they're probably just like, let's just throw them in the pile, which as a big business, they're like, well, it's not gonna work. This one actually is getting the full...
full res?
Yeah, full res.
Like 4K possibly?
This is a 1440p monitor, so...
So maybe 4K.
So maybe 4K. You know what? These GTX cards, like, Garbage, garbage, garbage.
Nimbindia.
Besides the 970. 970 is working. It's time for the last champion. I really hope this works. Look, I mean, look at that thing. I think it's so sick.
Oh, look.
Oh.
What do you know?
Maybe that's the problem. They're like, he won't plug in physically. It's lined up right back here. Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, that sounded good.
That's this thing needs some power.
And let's go.
Normally we've had display by now.
Normally when it works, it displays out pretty quickly. Has melted. It is dead.
It might be a display piece.
Yeah, this might be a display piece, guys. Unfortunately, it was even. We had 4 working, 4 defective in our pile.
So half and half. That's not bad odds.
So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna try to do some of the physical repairs to these graphics cards real quick. These are really simple. Just probably lube up the fans, clean it out a little bit. They're kind of crusty. Clean those. This one, the 970, it's gonna take a little bit more effort. Let me see if I can pull this thing over here. This one needs a lot of love. Hey, you know what? We might be close to the break-even point. We'll see. Let's get them fixed up and see what we can do. All right, guys, we're doing a little multitasking here. Jackson's got the 970. Are you gonna take it apart and try to clean it that way? Is what you're thinking, or what?
Well, yeah, I will clean it, but first I'm gonna take the whole shroud off to see if I can unbend all this stuff.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna be messing with this Quadro card, which honestly, just gonna get the Blowimatron, clean it out a little bit, get a little WD-40 in there, and she'll be good as new. Well, maybe, we'll see. The fans could be going out on them, but we'll just see long-term how they hold up. But for now, cleaning.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll kind of like get the fan as out as possible and then just WD-40 the backside of it, basically. We have that tube of fan lube too if you really get the fan out.
Guys, are you seeing all these screws I'm taking out that I'm never gonna know where they go? And they're like placed in the randomest spots. Oh, there's more. Wow, it's like they're so, I'm so heated.
So I am now in the same boat that Matt is in. I have to take all of these screws out.
You know what, I'm doing all this, but let me see something real quick.
It's a challenge at this point to see who has the most screws. This is worth every bit of what I'm doing. So while I'm in here, I can go ahead and bend this potentially back. Okay, they bent actually surprisingly well.
All right, guys. So here's the access to the fan. I just like ate dust when I did that. It was a bad idea. Got that fan lubed up. Still got 1,000 screws to put back in.
I'm in the same boat. I think I got all 3 of my fans spinning this. There's some pluses here, guys.
That one right there is our biggest upside.
I forgot I had to do this, but here I am. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this wire strip. I'm trying not to unplug it if I don't have to. And then hopefully we can solder this real quick and then just throw like some hot glue over it. Yep, remember when I said I didn't want to pull the whole thing out? Repaired. Now I just need to throw some hot glue on it and it'll be like it never happened. Watch it be like they'd run at full speed. That's why they cut this. I'm actually just repairing something that was already repaired.
You getting flashbacks of the other graphics card?
Yeah, this feels just like it.
All right, guys, so this one is the K2000. I took the shroud off, learned my lesson from last time, just took the shroud off on this one, and this one just needs a little slight dusting. Same deal, we'll put some WD-40 in there and hope this fan holds up. I'm putting this one back together, it's been lubed up. Hopefully it sounds better. This one doesn't look too bad, but these fans in these Quadros are so cheap, guys. I'll do the same thing, clean it out a little bit, try to get some WD-40 in there to really fix her up. But this one looks pretty easy. Jackson is over here.
Are you
in
on
the
your
trenches.
third card?
This is the last one.
Oh, I'm on my first.
He's in the trenches still. I mean, to be fair, that's the only one that's left. I have conquered the Quadro Mountain. Honestly, it was very easy. I just needed to lube up the fans. That was really my only job. So fans are lubed up, looking a bit better.
Yeah, we got, check it out. All fans spinning, not making any noise. New thermal paste. This is still a little bent, but honestly, like, it's scary. Like, anytime you bend one thing on this card, it causes other things to be, like, out of whack. But, I mean, it's looking pretty good.
Nice.
Just trying to get this adhesive off, and then should we get to test.
And since most of these cards, this is like the real gaming GPU, I think our game plan is we'll stress test them all. We'll go with all the Quadros first and end with this graphics card. Make sure they don't just crash instantly running like a GPU stress test. And then we'll get some drivers installed in this one and just play a game or two, show you guys what the gaming performance looks like, and then we'll just kind of go over the financials of this because we already know we didn't do well considering the card situation, but we might be closer than we think. We'll see. What Quadro do you want first? Quadro 1, Quadro 2, Quadro 3?
I think we should start with like whichever one's the worst.
Probably that one. That doesn't sound any better. Ooh. It's not great. That fan might be going out.
My God.
Oh, yes. Look at her go.
2.9 FPS.
2.9 FPS, baby.
At least it's consistent though, you know?
This might take a long time.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, the bearing noise, I feel like it's a little better now. Not too bad.
That one seems pretty good. All right, so that one seems to be functional to the extent that we're going to test in this video. Let's move on to another Quadro and make sure it works properly.
Let's live hot swap it. Okay.
P2000, and it still sounds like butt. This one has even worse, it's not even recognizing the built-in drivers. Yes,
oh, yeah, look at
a
that.
lot quicker.
So much less chunky. So we went from 2.9 FPS to 30, which, as we said, could be very much driver related. It seems like raw horsepower wise, this card's a lot better, the P2000.
All right, guys, we are going past the board, and it looks good to me. All right, next one.
This one's actually.
That's not bad. That one's
I can deal with that.
Sounds a little better. All right, M4000, show me what you got. 2 FPS.
Wow.
The 2 FPS.
Quick.
So the P2000 seems to be, without drivers, the best of the bunch in terms of the gaming prowess of these cards. The M4000, seems very similar to the K2000, but I would assume with drivers, these two will definitely perform better. But out of the box, this one's looking like a decent little card. We'll see what it can do long run. Now, let's do the 970, the king of the crop. Hopefully it works all right, and we'll definitely show some other benchmarks with this card as well, because this is like the actual gaming card that we got that works out of the bunch. Okay, guys,
all right.
970 time. Oh, the fans are spinning. Okay, it's
all right.
As long as we didn't break the card in the process, it looks like it's working right now. We're in, baby.
All right, let's go ahead and just start off how we did every time.
Oh, are we finding drivers?
Oh, it might have auto-done driver.
It might have just auto-grabbed a driver real quick.
It still says 512 though, so if it is a driver, it's not a great one.
All right, 720p low, let's go.
Run.
All these other random errors popping up.
The 8 million benchmarking softwares.
That's not what we wanted, huh?
Now it says 10. Why does it just keep changing?
We're deeply sorry for the inconvenience.
Maybe that's the one disadvantage here. We need real drivers.
Huh, okay.
Well, never mind on what we said.
There's AMD drivers on this. Ah!
It'll be all right, let's try this again. We got our NVIDIA drivers. Let's check it out.
Oh, look at the VRAM.
NVIDIA and AMD. It sees 4 gigs.
Oh, that's a gaming GPU, baby.
Jeebus.
Wow. We didn't have the audio before too because we didn't have drivers. Look at that, 100 FPS. The gaming GPU seems to be working. We actually have the temperature stats too.
Oh yeah,
which is nice.
30.
To see.
Wow. I mean, I guess it is an open case and it just started running.
720p and it's was that 97% utilization?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if the temperatures don't get much hotter than that, we did a good job with this card.
So yeah, I guess out of all, we got one working gaming graphics card. We have all these Quadros. We'll add up the total here of value based on resale value, and then kind of just see if we made out with a victory here. But we will run some games on the 970 and show you guys what those look like during the outro.
All right, guys, so we got our bad pile and we got our good pile here. You guys get to see us do some benchmarks as well on these Quadros and our one GTX card. And we do have some good news. So all in, we spent $100, and in theory, on these working cards here, we have about $280. Now keep in mind, this is eBay pricing. This is without eBay fees, eBay shipping costs, and other things like that. So realistically, I think there may be $100 worth of profit here.
Which is not too bad considering we felt like we were in a big hole with all these graphics cards that would not work. And we decided to actually benchmark a couple of them in some games, the ones that look the most promising, the GTX 970 and the Quadro P2000. And first up with the 970 in Cyberpunk 1080p medium settings. We only got an average of 33 FPS. This is an older graphics card, but still 30 plus FPS. Rainbow Six Siege, a more esports friendly title, 1080p medium settings. That's where we saw good results, 184 FPS. We ended up running the Quadro as well because I was very fascinated to see it performed pretty closely to this GTX 970. In Cyberpunk, 29 FPS average running the same settings, and in Rainbow Six, 165 FPS. So all in all, we got two cards that are gaming capable, especially esports titles. You have no problems playing Fortnite, CS, and stuff like that, 60 plus FPS. And we have that other Quadro that will work fine as a display adapter, and all in all, for the price, worked out pretty good. Will we recommend you guys do this at home? Probably not. I wouldn't buy one in the case of trying to flip these to a profit unless you're just trying to have fun or make videos about it. But all in all, it was a cool experience. And if you want to find one of these yourself and buy one at your own risk, check the link down below. We'll be in a affiliate link and will help us out. Let us know what you think of these kind of videos in the comments down below.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
And we mentioned it a little bit earlier, PCBros.tech is our PC selling business where you may see one or two of these cards actually end up in a PC for a really good price with a 1-year warranty.
PCBros.tech, we sell gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and so much more. Use code ToastyBros2 on checkout. You'll save 2% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.